Okay, today we are going to talk about your subfloor. And more importantly, we are going to talk about the levelness of your subfloor. How level and flat is that subfloor? If you look at the installation instructions in any product, there will be a paragraph, if not multiple paragraphs, of how level, how much within a certain tolerance your subfloor has to be in order to maintain your warranty when you install your floor. In a lot of cases, the subfloor and the condition of your subfloor are actually more important than even the product that you purchase. There will be, like I said, a tolerance level that is allowed that you have to be flat within a certain tolerance, typically 1/8 or 3/16 of an inch within level to that tolerance in order to maintain your warranty on your installed floor. Now, what does that mean exactly? That's what we're going to talk about. So you actually, after you do your take-up, this is assuming this is a replacement floor. Once you do take-up of whatever product was there before, you sweep it, you clean it, you get it nice and ready for install of new flooring. That subfloor has to be level for a floating floor. Why? Well, when we click pieces together, of course over a large span, we want them to stay together. And if that subfloor goes like this, or if that subfloor goes like this, you can imagine that those clicked and locked pieces are not going to stay together when that subfloor is going like this. When that subfloor is nice and level all the way across, the product that you've put down is clicked together and engaged properly, you should not have problems. But when that subfloor is wavy or out of level, you can see why there would be problems with a floating floor. That locking system just will not stay engaged over time over an unlevel subfloor. So how do we determine whether our floor is level or not within tolerance? There are a couple ways to do this. It's literally just this simple. You're going to take your 6-foot level and you're going to place it in different areas all the way around the rooms that you're going to install. And you put the level down and you make sure that you're good. If you're not level, if this is sitting up like this, for example, you're going to, you can put some spacers in the space that this gap creates here, and then you can measure that space, those spacers, to see how far out of level you are. Okay, so you can use, what we like to use for this, it's very easy, is we use poker chips. And you put poker chips in there, and you know the thickness of the poker chip, and you know that, okay, I can get by with being 1 poker chip out of level, or 2, depending obviously on the thickness. And then I know how level or out of level I am for my future install. So again, this is another easy way to do this, to measure, to make sure you're within that tolerance. If you don't have an actual 6-foot level, not everybody has one. If you don't have one, you can get a piece of string, and you can cut a piece of string 10 feet long. And one person holds one end of the string and another person holds another end of the string. And you go in different places in the rooms that you're installing, and you each put that string down on the ground. You don't hold it loose. You want to actually hold it tight. 2 people are going to hold that down in different areas all around the room, and it's going to, be this way one way, and it's going to be this way somewhere else. And you're going to see when you hold that string, is the string flat and on top of the subfloor, or is there space? Is there air between the subfloor and the string? If there's space, you can measure that space, and as long as you're within the tolerance of your particular product's install guidelines, typically, like I said, 3/16 of an inch, as long as that space, that air, that gap is not more than 3/16 of an inch, you're good. If it's more than that, you're not good. So what do we do? Well, first of all, it's going to depend on whether you're on a wood subfloor or you're on a concrete subfloor. The fixes are going to be different, one versus the other. If we're on a concrete subfloor and we've got dips, or we're kind of going like this, there are very, very easy ways to fill in those low spots, okay? Your home centers are going to stock self-leveling compounds. Most of them, you add water to them, you mix them, you pour them out, and they will filter out and flow out into those low areas that need to be filled in, and the drying time should be on the side of the bucket, but in 99% of the time, if you do that and leave it overnight, you'll come in the next day and that will be ready for install of your new flooring. That's the easy way to do it, and hopefully if you have an issue, that's what you'll have to deal with. You'll buy a self-leveling compound, you'll mix it with the appropriate amount of water, you'll pour it into the areas that need it, and it will harden and be ready for your new flooring. Now, obviously, after you do that, when you come back the next day, you're going to want to check for levelness again, the same way you checked before, just to make sure that you're good and level within tolerance. You might, if you've got big humps in or big peaks in your subfloor, you might have to, or either you do it yourself or hire someone to actually do some grinding. And you might have to grind part of that concrete subfloor to get it to within tolerance. If you've got a wood subfloor, there are compounds that you can use that you can buy at home centers. You can also add wood. You can add, quarter-inch plywood. You can add, they make all different thicknesses of plywood or OSB board that you can use to raise your raise the low spots or level out spots. There are compounds that you can buy and mix and pour out, again, just depending on what your subfloor is. When you know what you have and you know what you need to fix, you can then go into a hardware store, tell them what you're looking to do, and they can help you find the products that you need to make that happen and get that subfloor nice and level. The importance of your subfloor being level cannot be stressed enough, that it's really got to be level within tolerance to make that flooring work after install.